Okay, I won't waste your time. You saw the physique. It was what you're looking for. I'm gonna teach you exactly what you need to do in order to get the same physique that I did from my starting point. So first of all, the type of physique I'm gonna be talking about in this video is okay, my phone's about to fall. Okay. The type of physique I'm gonna be talking about for this video, for the purposes of this video, is, for reference, I'm gonna be aiming to achieve the Tyler Durden physique, right? From Fight Club. We all know Fight Club, right? If you don't know that, go search it up right now. It's awesome. But that's the V-taper, lean physique. You have a six-pack. You have a good amount of muscle mass, but you're not like a huge bodybuilder type, right? Because that's not where I'm at, and that's not what I know how to do. I know how to get to the Tyler Durden physique, that lean, female appeal type of physique. So if that's what you're looking for, you came to the right place. If you're looking for more like the Sam Sulek, you know, big guy, muscle guy, bear mode type of physique, then I would invite you to click off this video, because I just don't have that type of knowledge, and that's not what I've done in my life, and that's not my goals. And if you're anything like me, you want that kind of nice, sexy physique for the females, you know what I'm saying? And also for yourself. Yeah, for yourself, of course, right? Okay, let's get into it. First thing you want to be paying attention to is your diet. It depends on your starting point. See, me, I started off sort of skinny fat. So that's where, at the point where, and I'm assuming you're also around that area, so where you have a lot of fat and not a lot of muscle. So you pretty much, you look skinny with clothes on, and you take them off and you don't have a good physique, and so you look kind of chubby with clothes off. And obviously if you're wearing something tight or like a shirt, you might have like a little gut sticking out. My phone's about to fall again. Oh my god. I'm gonna buy a tripod, I promise. So that's where I started at. So I wasn't overweight, I wasn't underweight, but I didn't look good at all. I had a flabby physique. So when you do that, you get this like confusion of like, do I bulk? Because I don't have much muscle right now. You go into the gym and you can barely curl like the 20-pound dumbbells, like, you know what I'm saying? So you're over here like, okay, I'm weak, I need a bulk. At the same time, you take off your shirt, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my god, dude, I'm fat as hell. So it's like, do I cut or do I bulk? And if you go online, and a lot of these influencers will tell you, bulk, you will see so much conflicting information, right? And here's what I'm gonna tell you. Do whatever is comfortable for you, because at the end of the day, whatever you can stick to is better than where you're at right now, okay? So me personally, I started off with a bulk because I listened to the advice online. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bulk, even though I was sort of insecure about the amount of fat I had on. So that might be different for you. You might be okay with the amount of fat you have on, and you kind of want to build the mass first, and that's perfectly okay. Me, I was insecure about the amount of fat I had on my body. So, but regardless of that, I still chose to do a bulk, and at that, a dirty bulk. Do not dirty bulk. So I bulked for a couple of months, and I just became a fatter version of who I was. I gained a little bit of strength, not enough to make a huge difference, and I looked just like a bigger version of my old self at a higher weight. So obviously that didn't do anything for me. So looking back, I probably would have started off with a cut, but it really depends on your goals. Are you okay with looking a little bit skinny for a little while before you put on the mass? Or are you okay with looking a little bit big until you lose the fat? It's all up to you. So whichever one you see yourself sticking to for the next couple of months, because that's the most important thing. And that leads me to my next point, which is consistency. Okay? So you have to understand that this is a long-term thing. You will see results really quickly. Within two months, your physique will have a noticeable difference. I remember when I was in the gym, and I was progressively overloading on like, I love training triceps, which I don't anymore. I'm not gonna lie. I like training back a lot more than that now, but I love training triceps. And so I would go into the mirror and I'd flex, and I could see sort of the horseshoe for a couple of weeks, and then 2 months in, I was like flexing one day, and I saw that like extra little portion in the back here. I'm like, oh my god, I'm seeing it. Like, it was really unnoticeable. None of my friends could have noticed it, but I noticed it, and eventually got bigger and bigger and bigger. So those little micro wins are kind of what's going to motivate you. But you have to learn to love the process, because it takes a long time. It takes a long time to get to the really crazy physique. So the pictures I showed you in the thumbnail were taken about 2 years apart. So you can get a lot done, but if you avoid the mistakes that I made. So that took me 2 years. You could probably half the time if you listen to the advice I'm giving you today. So now let's talk about exercise in general, right? So we're gonna be training for hypertrophy. Now, if you don't know what hypertrophy is, that's pretty much muscle growth. That's literally just a fancy word for muscle growth. So we're gonna be training in the rep ranges, so repetitions before you hit failure, of 8 to 12. So naturally, what you want to do is you want to pick a weight that you can do 8 reps of, and then on the 9th one you'd fail. So then you'd have an 8 rep max. And then every time you come into the gym, you want to be increasing that by about a rep or 2. Naturally, in your beginning stages, you'll probably be building a lot of strength really quickly, but you will hit a plateau at some point, and it'll be a rep a week, maybe 2. So say you get in the gym, you pick up 30-pound dumbbells, you hit it for 8. On the 9th one, you fail. Next time you're in the gym, a couple days later, you've recovered. Don't go while you're sore, by the way. I don't know why people say you should do that. Do not go while you're sore. It's just terrible. It makes the soreness worse, and then your recovery gets hindered. So you hit it for 9, and then you fail on the 10th, and then you keep going. And then the next week, you maybe hit it for 11, and then the next gym session, a couple days after that, you hit it for 12. Now you've hit the upper portion of the rep range. So now that's when you want to increase the weight. So naturally, now that you've been able to hit 12 on the 30-pound dumbbells, now you grab the 35s and you try to hit those the next time. And you'd probably fail you'd hit 8, and then on the 9th one, you'd fail because it's a heavier weight. And if I keep going, and that's how you build progress over time, right? I do go into a lot more specific detail in my one-on-one sort of coaching. So you could reach out to me via that. And also what comes with the coaching is I give you a course, a pretty much hours-long course of everything you need to do, from your physique to your looks to your talking to girls to your social skills. And it's all detailed in my course that comes with, and then with the course you have access to me as well. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give that a go. What else okay, intensity of the workouts. So if you're in the beginning stages of your fitness journey, you want to be training to failure on most of your sets. Now, that's going to contradict a lot of what the fitness influencers say, because they're like, you want to train 1 to 2 reps or short of failure. Like, dude, I don't know what the hell failure is right now. If you're a beginner, you probably don't know exactly how far you can push yourself right now. You might stop when it feels uncomfortable and like, oh yeah, that was failure because I didn't feel like going another rep. No, you go until your body cannot do another repetition. Not until your mind quits, but your body. So you have to learn, because learning how to go to failure is sort of a skill that you'll develop over time. So now, a couple months in, you'll probably know what it's like to push yourself all out, and then you want to go 1 or 2 reps short of that. So that's going to help with your recovery, but that's more in the future. So for right now, just go most of your sets, I'd say 80% of your sets, to failure. Now your sets, you want to be doing around 12 to 15 sets per muscle per week. That's perfect, a perfect amount. So ideally, you do like 3 exercises, and maybe 3 exercises per muscle group. So you do 3 for chest and then 3 for triceps, or 3 for back and then 3 for biceps. And each of those exercises would have 2 to 3 sets. 4 sets is a little bit overkill, but you could do it if you want. I don't prefer doing that, and I didn't do that. So 2 to 3 sets for 3 exercises per muscle group, and you probably train 2 muscle groups per workout. So you'd be in the gym 45 minutes, max an hour. If you're in there for longer than an hour, honestly, you're either resting too long or you have too many exercises. So just, you want to be exiting the gym wishing you could have done more, because that's going to give you that, that motivation to get back in there and work hard. You don't want to be leaving, you don't want to be excited to leave the gym because you're like, oh man, I've been here for so long, I want to just get out of here. Because then you won't be consistent with it, because it is a long-term thing and you have to learn to love it. You feel me? Man, I'm putting you guys on right now. I'm not going to hold you. You guys gotta let me know. You gotta let me know once you reach that Tyler Durden physique, because of me. I need, send me the progress pictures, you feel me? Yeah. What else do we got? Okay, we'll talk about the muscles that you want to be building up, right? You don't want to neglect any muscle groups, but the ones you want to put extra emphasis on for that V-taper, you want to be training your shoulders. That's what's gonna give you those cap shoulders, your back, your chest, your abs. You need that beach bod, my boy. You need that beach bod. Don't neglect your abs. I know, I did it for a while. So you need to train your abs. And then keep your legs and calves proportional. So don't neglect those. But obviously you're not gonna be putting extra emphasis on trying to get tree trunks for legs, because no girl's gonna look at you and be like, God damn, look at his calves, bro. I might just be coping, I'm not gonna lie, because I have small calves, but don't neglect them at all. Obviously, do not neglect them. You don't want skinny calves and a big upper body. but keep them proportional with your upper body, and place extra emphasis on the muscle groups that will give you that V tape, and your forearms as well. Don't neglect those either, because I did that for a while, and that's kind of why they're kind of slacking in terms of my physique. So pretty much that's like the basic guide of how to get the Tyler Durden physique. Now, if you're wanting to bulk, real quick, if you're confused about your macros, here's what you should do, right? So what you're aiming for, you're gonna want to hit 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that you have right now. So if you're 150 pounds, you try to eat 150 grams of protein per day. And now if you're like on the heavier side, like I don't know, 250, 300, which if you're on that kind of range, technically it's a gram of protein per pound of lean mass. So if you're like 300 pounds, you're not going to be 300 pounds of pure mass, right? You're gonna have a higher body fat, so you're gonna want to aim for a little bit less than that, maybe 190, 200. So it kind of like plateaus up as you increase your weight, but it's good to go a little bit over. So if you're 150, just aim for 150. If you're 160, aim for 160. And then your fats and carbs, you can kind of balance them out however you want, because that's like up to personal preference. I kind of try to eat my carbs right before the gym and right after the gym, and then eat my fats earlier in the day. But it's really up to you how your body feels about that. So yeah, it's mainly about the protein. So right now, your actionable step for this video, right? Go to a calorie calculator. Search up calorie calculator on your phone, and just put in all your information: your height, weight, your age, I don't know. It's not gonna ask you for your name. Yeah, it's pretty much that stuff. And then it will tell you your basal metabolic rate, or your maintenance calories, pretty much. So how many calories it takes for you to maintain the weight that you're currently at. So if you're sitting at 150 and you're 5'10", you'd probably be around like, I don't know, 2,200 calories. I might just be completely wrong, but go do that. And then if you're opting for the bulk, add around 200 to 300 calories for that. And if you're opting for the cut, I'll do an aggressive cut, because that's what I did, because I don't want my cuts to drag out for a long time, because cuts take a lot of discipline, and I don't want to just keep doing that I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'll take off like 500, 600, 700 calories, and then just eat at that for 2 months, max 3 months for a cut. Cuts are supposed to be on the shorter side, and bulks are supposed to be a little bit longer, because you don't want to put on weight fast, but you do want to lose weight a little bit faster. Because you can only build a certain amount of muscle in a week. You can't build like 3 pounds of muscle in a week, but you can lose a good amount of fat in a week, and there's no like set rate. So if you're eating 2,300 calories for the cut, low-key, like this is probably not terrible for your hormones, but I just take off 600 calories, 700 calories, and I'll be eating like 1,600. It's like a low amount, but not for a prolonged period of time, because that will screw up with your recovery and your hormones and all of that. And my phone is gonna fall again. Sorry, bro. This is not professional. But yeah. That's pretty much all you need to know. It's not crazy. It's not some complex, take these fat burners and yeah, it's just, if you want to cut, calorie deficit. If you want to bulk, calorie surplus. Train hard in the gym. Do exercises that are good for you. Make sure you focus on the form as well, is another thing that I need to tell you, because you don't want to be in there ego lifting. Sure, it might help your ego a little bit. It's cool to tell the boys that you bench this much. But if they ask you to do it and you're just over there arching like the freaking McDonald's logo, it's just not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I know you've seen those videos of like the powerlifting competitions where they do that, and low-key I just never understood that. But yeah, that's the guide. I believe in you. You got it.